All right, if you have high anxiety, high stress, and feel overstimulated, then this video is for you because we're going to talk about the things I use and teach in my clinical practice at Gut Brain Restoration to help clients like you to get out of that overstimulated, high stress, fatigued environment. How we would describe this and explain this is that you're sympathetic dominant, the part of your nerve system that's being overstimulated is your sympathetic nerve system, which gives you that fight or flight state, which can be really helpful if you need to be in that state. Now, I would argue, and you would probably agree, you don't want to be in that state all the time. You don't want to be in that state as you're trying to go to bed. You don't want to be in that state when you're trying to relax and eat dinner and be with your family and just feel like you need to calm down. So if that's you, then the few things I want to teach you here that I teach all my clients are a couple key things. When you're wanting to relax, you're wanting to rest and digest and be more calm, what you're actually saying physiologically is you want to be in a more parasympathetic state. That's the part of your nerve system that causes you to rest and digest. And it's located in your upper neck. It branches off your brain and brainstem through what we call cranial nerves. Now there's 4 out of 12 cranial nerves that control your parasympathetic nerve system. The major cranial nerve that you maybe even have heard of is called your vagus nerve. That particular nerve is responsible for 75% of your parasympathetic control. And so what does that mean? It's going to connect to most your vital organs, your heart, your lungs, and your gut. And further down in your spine, down in your pelvis and in your sacrum, you have more parasympathetic controlled nerves, which are going to control your bowel and your bladder, which is going to help you relax to go to the bathroom. So if you're traveling and you're in a sympathetic state more, a lot of times people struggle to go to the bathroom to poop because of the sympathetic dominance they've been in. And if you can get into the parasympathetic state as quickly as possible, you're more likely to poop when you go on vacation like that. So what stimulates the sympathetic nerve system, which is our fight or flight? We already kind of probably instinctually know this: stress, anxiety, fear, overstimulation. Most of us have, probably too much of that going on in our brains and in our lives, which makes sense why we're sympathetic dominant. What stimulates our rest and digest parasympathetic nerve system? This is a great question and one I'm going to hit here. And that's going to be things like slowing down, deep breathing. You can Google all sorts of deep breathing techniques that can be helpful for parasympathetic stimulation. Chiropractic care, because I have a chiropractic degree, I have learned a lot about the nerve system. And the parts of your spine, like I already pointed out, are your upper neck and your sacral pelvic lower spine, that are going to be the 2 areas where your parasympathetic nerves exit the spine and go to your vital organs and go into your body. When you have issues in your upper neck or your pelvis, getting those adjusted by a good upper cervical doctor, chiropractor, or a Gonstead chiropractor are going to be my 2 best recommendations for you. I think it's critical and vital for you. That would be a really great thing to check out if you're not already. And then there's 2 herbs that I use in clinical practice most commonly. There are other ones, but these 2 are most commonly the ones I'm recommending. And the first one is kava. The kava herb, again, started in 1763. It was discovered, and it is known as an anxiolytic. It decreases anxiety. How does it do that? It helps stimulate your parasympathetic nerve system, and it has been compared to Valium and Xanax type benzodiazepines. So kava can be a really potent, really helpful herb for you to try. I would not recommend just taking it on your own. Make sure you're getting a high quality kava. Make sure you're getting advice from someone that knows how much the dosage should be. You can take a liquid kava and you can take a capsule version of kava. In my practice, we use both. So if you have questions about this, just reach out. The second herb I want to explain that we use very commonly is called California poppy. California poppy is also known as an anxiolytic to decrease anxiety, to help your parasympathetic nervous system. It also helps stimulate GABA receptors, neurotransmitters that help influence your calming part of your nervous system. And it also helps with stress through cortisol and your adrenal glands. That's probably for another video, but the adrenal glands are a gland in your part of your vital organ that secrete a hormone called cortisol, which helps combat stress. If your adrenal glands are taxed by chronic stress, chronic anxiety, that can become an imbalanced hormone that can actually start affecting a number of other hormones and sex hormones. So it's really critical if you feel like you are in a chronic stress, chronic fight, flight, anxiety type mental health state, you are in sympathetic dominance, more than likely, and it would benefit you to focus on and consider things that would help you get into a parasympathetic state. I hope this video helps you. Please reach out with any questions, and I look forward to hearing from you.